Hi, it's Red Snapper and welcome to the Showgirl's Closet. Today, everything old is new again. I want to talk about how an older act inspired my Yakety Sax very classic burlesque act that I've won prizes for, and I'm performing at Monday Night Teas in January. I'm so excited about that. And I just want to show with this one piece how one can progress as a costume designer, as a sewist, as a performer by taking the lessons from the earlier pieces. Like right now, I'm not going to show you in this moment, but right now I am building a bra, and it's a complicated bra. And I am getting some advice and tutorial videos from Christina Manouge of Menage a Trois. I talk about Manouge all the time. Her Tips on Tap video, if you get her archive, then you can go back through and watch so many old videos. Otherwise, I think the $3, or it might be $5 level now, every month, you just get to watch the videos that she drops that month. But the first bra that I made in 2009, 2010, it looked terrible. It definitely wouldn't fit now, but it was just really, really awkward. So, okay, let me just back up even more. So there was the bra that I tried to make in 2009, 2010. When I was in high school, I made some bikini tops, when I was 14 and stuff, but I didn't need wires. And then I tried making a bra from a jacket before I think Mr. Snapper and I met each other, but I wasn't familiar with how to deal with wires and such. So it wasn't the best bra. So this actually is a very long time trying to build an amazing bra. And right now I am building an amazing bra. So where I started with, they weren't triangle bikini tops. They had elastic to help hold them up. So they were strapless. To trying to make a bra from a jacket a million years ago, to trying to build a bra from a bra kit, what, 15 or 16, 17 years ago, many years ago, all the way up to building bras from scratch. It's like a huge leap it seems like a huge leap, but the growth over time is important. And challenging ourselves to become better is important too. Because I had been sewing since I was a child, but there were certain growth periods in my life where I was pushed or challenged to become better. And I guess that's the important takeaway, no matter what. You've got to push and challenge yourself to become better. And I have a pattern video that I'm going to have coming up soon where there's another little growth period that I'll talk about. But okay, so this act, I put together the If You Really Love Me act, I think in 2009 or 2010. And I thought this could be a signature act for me. Tricky thing about signature acts, you're known for it after you've performed it, and you're known for it. You never know what's going to hit. You might put a whole bunch into something and think, this is going to be my signature. And people don't remember you for that. They don't remember you for the long, slow, sexy. They remember you for doing something ridiculous. But you know what? At least they remember you. Not everyone remembers all the time, and it's nice to be considered, and it's nice to have people remember you, even if it's for silly things. I would say that creating a signature act is a lot like trying to create a viral video, because how do you know? How do you know what's going to resonate with the audience? Around the time I built that bra that failed during my burlesque times, I was also getting patterns. I would purchase patterns from Ralph Pink online. I think the website is gone, but there were instructions on how to draft things and such so that I could make swimwear. That's when I started making decent swimwear, and I got better at building swimwear over time as well. Anyway, I used part of a swimwear pattern, I think, to make this, or it may have been a bustier pattern to make this particular suit, but I wasn't as strong with the bottoms. So I will show you My goal here for this was the outer layer, was to have, to incorporate sew-on stones, because I had never used stones that you would stitch on. So I stitched all of these stones on. It's a different look. It's not as heavily rhinestoned. And this is a velour or stretch velvet, you know, that's on the outside. This does have bones, but they are plastic bones. And I think I shaped the top. Oh yeah, the lining here. This is like swimsuit lining. And you can see I stitched all the way through to secure those stones. You can also see sweat and body makeup on there from years of service. And this is an act that thankfully with the stretch in here, I can still perform today. I love that. But I may just rebuild it because I can, and it would be better and cooler. So this, I made the top. Oh, this might have been a bustier pattern, because you see how it's got this V in the front, and it comes above the butt in the back. So I wasn't confident with making the bottoms, not comfortable with making underwear. So what I did was I went to Victoria's Secret, and it was important to me to color match above everything. I was not great at dyeing things yet, and I had not learned all about floral spray paint to get a great color match. So not yet. So I bought these panties, they are cotton panties, and I bought a pair of flesh-ish, maybe you'd call these suntan panties. And I turned these inside out, and I lined the panties with panties so that I'd have, you know, panties. And this would stay in place for me to unzip them on the sides. So this is the first time I did double zippers up the side of the costume, which I have on my very classic burlesque Showgirl costume that is made, like I learned how to make all of the section. And that one is made off of a swimsuit pattern, a vintage swimsuit, a retro style swimsuit pattern. Not technically vintage, but a retro style swimsuit pattern. So in order to unzip both sides, it's kind of hard to do that motion, right? To unzip both sides at the same time, it has to be held in place somewhere. It has to be secured somewhere. Or it has to be like really, really fitted for it to stay on my body and keep the tension. And the zippers go up. So I needed that crotch piece to help hold it in place. Oh, I lost one of my tassels. I had tassels on both and I lost one over time. Womp womp. So in order to ease the transition, I found some lovely trim that has little green pearls and rosettes on it to help blend that. And I bought bows so that I wouldn't have to worry about tying the perfect bow. And you can see I stitched these bows on here to make it just a little bit tidier. Bow above the butt. I like bows. I don't really wear bows on my head, but I like bows on costumes. And I have used, I think I've got these bows on the shoes. They're super fun. And very, very sturdy. If I perform this act again, I'm definitely remaking the costume if I do it more than once, but I would take some other things apart to put them back together in a better way. So this incorporates that whole idea of unzipping up the side. And I carried that forward to my Yakety Sax very classic burlesque number so that I can do simple turns and parade and pose and walk across the stage, because I was already 40 when I created that act. So I thought something that's going to last, something that's going to be easier on my body as I get older. And even though there's a whole lot of twirling, there's still, the moves are easy for me to work with. I'm not doing floor work. I'm not doing high kicks. I don't have to worry about pulling my groin and the whole thing. So there's, you know, parading around the stage and unzipping. And this is where it started. In fact, when we did Wheel of Burlesque at Monday Night Teas and Yakety Sax was on the wheel, I was the one person who wanted Yakety Sax. I don't remember what it landed on, but Lily shifted it to Yakety Sax for me. This is what I wore. I was booked maybe a couple months later for, I believe it was What the Fuck-lesque, but it might have been another, it might have been Weirdlesque. The name is escaping me in this moment, which show it was for, but I was asked by Ambrosia Minge to do this act. So I put it together and I used this. And then I made the official costume that wound up, you know, winning the prizes. And that costume still has a little bit of stretch. It's very forgiving. So if I, you know, completed menopause in the time between I made the costume and I'm still performing, then it's not such a big deal because of the body changes. Or if I eat a cheeseburger between, you know, getting booked for the gig and performance time. Although these days I couldn't eat a cheeseburger right before going on. I could before, but these days with heartburn and aging, it's like, oh, I think I'm going to have cottage cheese and peaches for dinner before I perform. And I also don't do the midnight breakfast thing anymore because I don't want to have heartburn. It's crazy the way things shift as you age. But you do what you have to preserve your body so you can keep on going, right?
Snapper's gotta sleep.
Snapper's gotta sleep, my goodness. Like, next year, I'm not going to have smaller eye bags than I do right now. That ship has sailed. I'm not necessarily going to look any younger as I propel forward, but hey, I'm propelling forward. So this piece inspired a later piece. I became a better sewist. I hadn't consumed Manouge's tutorials when I made my Yakety Sax costume, but I still found things that could improve my sewing skills, my costuming skills. I looked to find a better solution, and I had the space to be creative with it. That is really the important thing that I want to share with you. Look for creative solutions. Push yourself to become better at anything that you do, even if you're not the absolute best in anything. You can be a better version of you, and you can create better things than you are now. But you have to take those steps now. You have to buy the matching panties and stitch them onto the bustier that you made in order to be able to make the most glamorous costume, right?
And don't let your lack of skill or your lack of know-how prevent you from doing something.
Yes, do something.
You bought 2 pairs of panties and stitched them to a bustier, and it worked.
And it worked. For years it worked. And it could still work. It's just my standards are different now for what I want to produce on the stage. I have more resources to be able to build, like, both knowledge and money to build something better. So start somewhere and then take growth opportunities in order to build yourself up and go a little bit further. Stretch a little bit. This is an early costume. This was 2010, I think, or maybe 2009. Anyway, very, very early costume for me. It's almost 2026. I'm a whole lot better at making costumes. I'm not as flexible as I was, and I've never been incredibly flexible, but I can make better costumes. So little stretches. Test yourself to do something a little different and a little new so that you can improve. And you will be proud when you look back at a body of work of any type, looking at where you were, looking at that first failure bra that it was made out of non-stretch fabric from when I was a teen, through that awkward bra kit bra that I made that was ill-fitting and difficult to this new incredible bra that I'm building, and the tribute triangle bra that I've built. Like, looking back, it's like, wow, yeah, come a long way. And I encourage you to look back at your own body of work, whatever it is, and reflect on the growth that you've had, because it's delightful, and it feels like it wasn't just a bunch of wasted motion, right? So that is all I have for you today. Please be sure to like, subscribe, boop that pepper for notifications. That's why I'm standing like this, because she's right here the entire time. Boop that bell for notifications. Thanks so much to my patrons. I appreciate you and all of the years you have supported me. You're awesome. And you will see me next time. Bye.